Okay, I'm Bernie, and today I'm actually going to do a piece of beef in my Nuwave 10qt Brio that I got last week. Never unboxed it, but to let you all know, I did actually prep this beef last night. I did the seasonings for it, I did marinade, and I really think it's going to come out nice. And just so you all know, the DCR that you see here, I want to give a shout out to Dodge Charger Registry, all the Charger owners. So guys, and I hope you're watching. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get this thing unboxed. But in the interim, I will show you some of the ingredients that I used in order to season that beef last night. So what I have here is meat tenderizer, garlic salt, parsley flakes, basil, paprika, and olive oil. And let's not forget the wild turkey. That actually is really good for seasoning beef. I mean, bourbon and beef goes hand in hand. What I'm going to do a little bit later, after that beef is just about undone, I'm going to go ahead and season some whole potatoes and some carrots and put it in just about the time that that meat is done. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and start unboxing this thing, and I'll be back with you guys in a few. Oh, and by the way, I am watching Game of Thrones from last week. I have to catch up on what happened so that I'll be prepared for what's going to happen tonight. Although I do have my suspicions, but hey, we'll see if they all pan out. So again, I will talk to you all in just a few moments, okay? Be right with you. Okay, so the Neo is unboxed. I do have it powered in, and I was kind of torn. I wanted to use the rack to put the beef on, and as you can see, it's a pretty nice sized piece of beef. And what I'm actually going to do at this point is not use the rack, but I did put a little water in the bottom of the pan. So that all the juices that are cut from this beef, as I put the rotisserie pieces on, I'll let you collect those and do the carrots, and I'll do my potatoes in those. So again, I'm going to go ahead and preheat this thing. Once I get it turned on, I'm going to go ahead and preheat this to roughly 450. Preheat. I'm going to do this for come on. Okay, we're going to do this for 400, and we are preheating this thing now. So I'm going to go ahead and start prepping the beef so I can actually put it on the rotisserie, and I will be back with you guys in just a few moments. Okay, so that I would not waste the marinade that I used last night, I've actually poured that inside of the Nuwave on the bottom of the pan, and I do have the meat skewered. I do have the Nuwave preheated to 400, and within a couple of minutes I'll be putting the skewer on. And let me tell you, this marinade and the bourbon, it just smells so good. Take a look at this. I can't wait until this thing is done. And again, I did put the marinade inside the bottom of the pan, and I'm going to go ahead and close this lid so that it can finish preheating. Be with you in a few. Okay, so I'm back again. I've preheated the Nuwave. It shows that I have 2 minutes left before it's preheated to 400. I do have the meat skewered, and it smells so good. I'm about ready to do my potatoes and the carrots, but in the interim, I do have the remaining bourbon that's left. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and prep the carrots and potatoes. And what I'm going to use is just some basic seasonings. So I'm just going to take some baby carrots, and I'm going to wash these off first. Okay, the carrots are washed. I'm actually going to put a little bit in the bag. Season with a little kosher salt. I love this stuff. It tastes really good. Just a little dab of the kosher salt and just a very little pepper. And then I'm going to use the olive oil. Just a little drizzle. Seal it. Really good. And then I'm going to add my potatoes, to which I've already drained and washed. There we go. Really hoping that this comes out okay. And the rest of the carrots. Just a little bit more kosher salt. Just a little bit. And this time I'm actually going to use some garlic salt. Just give it a little bit more that to it. Got my garlic salt that I put in there. And just a little bit more pepper. Shake this stuff up real good. And by the way, Game of Thrones is still on. Gotta watch this. And tonight is gonna be awesome. Shake that up. Mix it real good. And we're just gonna set that on the side. And because I like to cook and enjoy myself, here's one for you all. Good stuff. And at this point, my Nuwave is done, it's preheated, and all I have to do now is put the beef in, put it on rotisserie, and then I'll see you guys in about 20 minutes, so let's get this thing started. So we're going to go ahead and take this puppy. And we're going to go ahead and put her in there. And she is set. It's all set to go. And again, I used the drippings from the marinade that I had, and it should season this quite well as it's spinning around. So we're going to go ahead and close this guy up. It's closed. I'm going to set this for, I'm going to do a good 30 minutes. So I'm going to set the time for 30 minutes. And actually I'm going to jack the temperature up to 400 again. 400. I'm going to do the cook time for I'm trying to set this thing for 30 minutes. And actually I'm going to do it for 40. Just to give it a little bit more time to cook and get those juices going, and then hit the start button here. That's not actually 40 minutes, that's 40 seconds. Let's go ahead and cancel this. Cook time. Okay, so sorry it took so long, but I was actually doing housework and everything else. But the meat is done, and this is just unreal. Okay, so let me show you how this stuff looks. Look at that. I'm going to try to cut into this with one hand, and it is just so juicy. Come on. Hold tight for me for a second. try to cut into this for you. Actually, I just cut a piece for a friend of mine that just left that wanted to know what was I cooking. So let's go ahead and get this thing cut for you. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, Bernie. Look at that. Oh, man. You have to smell what it looks like in here. As the Rock say, can you smell what the Rock is cooking? Can you smell what Bernie just did? Look at that. Look at the juice. Man, so tender. So tender. Look at that. I am so proud of myself. So now, the juice that's left from the drippings from that piece of beef, I'm actually going to go ahead and put my carrots and my potatoes in. I'm going to put those in for about another maybe 10 minutes on bake, and then dinner is done. My dog PJ is sitting here like, okay, Dad, what did you just cook? But he doesn't know this is not his. Actually, I have some macaroni and cheese and candy yams that I made, but I didn't show you all how I made those. But maybe that's for another YouTube video. Please tell me how you like this. This is my first time doing it, and I'm really excited to hear what everybody thinks, okay? Please enjoy this recipe, and I'll talk to you all later. Okay, so dinner is done. This is what my finished meal looks like. And by the way, I do have some Southern Home red wine. It's going to go good with this. People, I hope you really enjoy this recipe. Again, like me if you can. Tell me what I can do to improve future videos. And I'm going to post a lot more because I got a lot more cooking to do in my Neo. Talk to you all later. Thank you.